inside the camper van today because the weather outside is a little bit windy. But earlier on we went to Port Ellen and I met a lovely lady called Ishbel from the Seafood Shack, and we bought some lovely langoustine. So today I'm going to make an Indian inspired dish of marinated langoustine, and I'm going to make a shallot and coriander bhaji and a coriander yoghurt sauce. So on this camper van journey, I brought a small selection of bowls and one frying pan and a small selection of utensils so that I could make these quite challenging recipes, but they're easy enough that you can do these inside a camper van. So for this shallot and coriander bhaji, I've got shallots, I've got some fresh coriander, some seasoning, some plain flour, and I've got some homemade curry powder that I brought with me. But honestly, if you're out in a camper van, just buy a shop bought curry powder. So we're going to start by making a paste. So I'm going to actually add in a tablespoon of the curry powder into the shallots. I'm just going to mix that through. Then some seasoning. Fresh coriander. Just a small pinch of fresh coriander. And I'm going to start by adding 2 tablespoons of flour. Again, mix it through. Now I'm going to add enough water to form a paste. Now all the shallots and herbs and seasoning and curry powder is all sticking together, I'll be able to cook this. So now I'm with Ishbel from the Seafood Shack, and she's very kindly supplying me with some crab and some langoustine for a dish that I'm going to make in the wee camper. So really nice to meet you. I've been speaking to you on the telephone. Yeah. So how long have you been in business?
Well, we've been doing the Seafood Shack for 10 years, but my husband's been fishing for over 30.
Right.
So, and we just decided to do the Seafood Shack because locals and visitors weren't really getting to taste the shellfish, so we just set up the company so they could get a wee taste of the sea. And
is it because most of the shellfish is going straight away?
Yeah, it goes straight away, yeah. Unless you go to the hotels, you can get it through the hotels, but not to buy direct from the fishermen.
Well, it's a good job you're here. I'm very, very excited to taste this tonight when I do my dish.
Well, hopefully you enjoy it.
Yeah, it is a shame though that that's the situation, you know, because you'd think that, you know, here obviously fish is in abundance, you know, there's plenty of fishermen going out, that you have to, you'd think there would be lots of places to get fish, your hands on fish like that, you know?
Yeah, no, you can't really. If you buy it, you can just buy it direct off the fishermen, but not all fishermen have the time to go and deliver to hotels and things like that. So my husband fishes and my son fishes and I do the deliveries. And we do platters, and we do crab meat for the hotels and tourists as well. So.
Fantastic. And have you lived in Islay all your life?
Yes, we're all from Islay.
And your children stayed in Ireland? And
3 of them have stayed in Ireland, and my daughter, she's just moved away up north, but she's just turned 30 and she just moved away this year in lockdown.
We absolutely love Islay. I think I'm going to love it a wee bit better now I've found you and your fresh fish. So thank you so much for speaking to us today.
No problem, you're welcome.
And we'll let you know how we got on with that crab in there.
Interesting.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
you.
So now for the langoustine. I've boiled these in water, boiling water with salt in them for about a minute. And that's just to make sure that they're ready for the marinating. So I'm going to put in garlic and ginger, 1 clove of garlic, a small amount of ginger into here. And again, I'm going to use some of the curry powder, and it keeps the same flavours running through the whole dish. So some curry powder in here, about a tablespoon again. And then I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of yoghurt. Let's go for 4. There we are. We'll mix that around. This is all going to be cooked at a high heat very shortly. I'm going to put our little friends in here. So now I'm going to make the easiest tasty sauce ever. Coriander yogurt sauce. In here I've got some natural yogurt and some fresh coriander. Now at home I would blend the coriander and add it to natural yogurt. But here I'm in a camper van, I've got my tiny pestle and mortar, and you could use anything, the end of a fork or the end of a knife to batter down the coriander. I'm just going to crush that fresh coriander and put it into the yogurt sauce. Mix it around until you achieve a nice flavour, and just a little drop of salt. And just before we serve our shellfish, we're also going to add lemon juice for taste, and it looks like that lovely green colour. Put your pan on to heat. Add enough oil to coat the full bottom of the frying pan. Put a tablespoon of the bhaji mix into the frying pan and pat it down to flatten it slightly. When golden brown, flip it over and cook the other side. When both sides are golden brown and cooked through, remove and set aside. Dry the oil from your pan, heat up before adding your langoustine. Turn over when golden brown. When golden brown on both sides, remove from the heat. To plate, put some coriander yogurt sauce in a circle on the plate. Place on the plate your shallot and coriander bhaji. And now the langoustine. Place the langoustine on top of the sauce and the bhaji. Sprinkle with some fresh coriander leaves. So there you have it, marinated langoustine, a shallot and coriander bhaji, and a coriander yoghurt sauce.